Welcome back. What we're up to this week, we have got an early T5 in for a new floor, and what I'm going to do now is take out the welded on brackets for the bulkhead. Let me just show you what we're going to do. Well, sorry for it being dark, but it's a black van and I'm in a shed today and it is a bit dark. The top part, if you've never stripped one, is just held on with 10mm bolts, easy to do. Then the bottom bit is brazed on. You can see the brazes there, and there. It's actually, when you're filming, do you look at what you're looking at, or are you looking at yourself through the camera? It's a bit hard. It's a bit all new to me, this. And then the bit people sometimes make a hash of is taking the bottom bit off. But I'm going to show you how I do it. So what I've done so far, you can see I've just marked with a white pen all the brazes that are holding it on. So I've just ran my saw through the lip just so I can fold it back. And the reason for this is my little grinder. If it was without it being folded, it doesn't hit the ground, the weld. But now I can grind that and do that on all of them. And on the other side, I'll cut back in once I've done one, just to show you progress. So that's the first one done. Using the grinder, I just go. It's hard to film because of the noise and everything, and I can't hold the camera with one hand and the grinder with the other. You're moving along, you're grinding along, and you can see the panel originally would have had a hole in it, and then at the factory they filled it with braze. And then you just keep grinding. You just see, you can just see it starting to split around the edge. When that happens, you can stop, move on to the next one. Once I've done all of them, I'll show you how easy it is to give it a wiggle and take it off. All right, let's see how easy this is to come off. Oh, look at that. Say when you're sometimes, just to finish it off, I use a little chisel and I'll stick the hammer through there just to break it off. I'll do that. So I got that off, and you're just left with little nuggets of the braze, which I'll grind flat, and I'll touch all that up after. So let's repeat for the other side, and then I'll show you what I do along the bottom. So the last phase of cutting out the trim is to use my saw, and I'm going to I've put a bit of tape, I'm just going to cut it all the way along. That bit there, I just cut down there, give it a wiggle, and it came off. It's not welded on, it's just held in place with the sealer. So I'm going to go along, I'll stop halfway along and show you what I've done so far. It takes a little bit of time to just work your way along with the saw. There you can see what I'm up to. I'm nearly at the end. Once I've got the end off, we'll show you how it looks. All the metal is cut off now, and I've given it a clean. I've hoovered up some of the grinding swarf and blown out under the carpet. So you're left with nice little nuggets there going down to the floor, and then a nice neat edge on what's left of the bracket. And if you're thinking why saw it as opposed to, you watch some people, they grind off there. You can see there's the brazes, there's a few dotted along. Because there's quite a lot of braze, the heat generated from the grinder, I think, definitely does, distort the paint and make the paint blister on the underside of the van. Now if you've got a nice new van, what's going to happen is that'll be the beginning of corrosion once the paint blisters and the zinc on the metal blisters, you're just opening up for corrosion. So your nice new van, you put loads of heat on these when you grind them, the underside, the paint will blister, and then before you know, you've got a load of rust. Now this van, it's probably about 12 years old, and you can see it's already starting, the floor is already starting to corrode. Most of that is because the floor is wet, and that water probably just comes off your shoes when you're getting in and out when it's raining, runs down the floor because the floor is not flat, collects on this bottom edge, and then it just sits on the van floor, making the paint's not waterproof, so it sits on the paint, eventually seeping through, blistering it, and then there you go, you've got the start of some corrosion. Okay, well I'm gonna, luckily this van is black, so I've got some black hammerite, so I'm just gonna paint all this, and it'll cure overnight, and then I can get on to the next job of doing the floor. But this video is just about the brackets. If you want to see the floor, let me know in the comments, and I'll do another video. It's the next day now, and you can see how I just put some black hammerite paint over the edges there, and then now leaving that lip just helps keep the floor tucked down, and then when I put the ply over the top, it's going to look nice and neat. I'll show you that in a second. Yeah, that's the ply already, and when it's all built up, that would be a nice neat finished edge with the vinyl going up to there. I'll show you once I've finished doing the floor, but I'll do a floor in another video. This was just a cut the bulkhead out video. Hi, it's a couple of days later, and I've finished the bulkhead bracket removal job. I've also done a bit of carpet lining on the van and put a new floor in. But I'll spin you around and show you what the finished product looks like. So this is what it's like now with the bulkhead removed and a new ply floor and vinyl going along. I've also, as a separate job, put a new floor in this van. The customer's retained 4 of the anchor bolts which I've put in for him, so he can put a bed system in. Got a nice new rear step from a combi, so it fits above the vinyl. And then going around to the back, we have a full width rear threshold, brand new. I also add the caps, helps finish the job off. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and a like, and if there's anything else, if you want me to keep filming little jobs I get up to, just let me know in the comments. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.